Good morning. Right now at 4, a home under construction and a neighboring house are both damaged after a fire on the northeast side of Oklahoma City. I'm Colby Thielen. How neighbors helped alert crews in time. That story's ahead. Plus, a community remembering the life of Meredith Kimani, a mother found shot and killed in Guthrie over the weekend. The heartfelt words from friends who showed their support. It's coming up.
Good Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Megan Gold. The big rainmaker that we have been talking about all week long. It arrives today with thunderstorms by this evening, widespread into the overnight and your Saturday. The latest timeline coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good Friday morning. We made it to the end of the work week.
Almost.
We're almost there. Guess what? Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. You're making your big plans. But first, we got to get through Friday the 13th.
I didn't even put two and two together.
Just a perfect
awesome.
Segue into Valentine's Day, Friday the 13th.
Today.
Yes,
Hopefully.
It's going to be a great day. We actually do have a nice forecast, except tonight we got to be careful.
Yeah. We're good through midday. Most of the day is dry. If you're
Yeah.
sending kids to school this morning, they don't need the rain gear. I think by 5 to 6 o'clock, we'll start
Okay.
to have thunderstorms taking off. Some of those here in the metro. Some of the latest data has them here by 5 o'clock. Some of them has them here 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So kind of just, different data tells you different things. But again, this morning we are dry. And by the time we get to 8, 9 to 10 o'clock and into overnight, it is game on and widespread rain and storms across this state. Here's the big view, and we are totally dry across the state this morning. That area of low pressure that we've been showing you, the area of spin that is driving our rain and storm chances, is still off the coast of the United States. It's a slow mover. It's pulling in moisture with it, and that is what is going to bring us the chance for maybe some record-breaking rainfall for the weekend. Here's the live look from our Lucky Star Skycam network. We have mostly clear skies right now, and we'll have clouds increasing as we go through the day today. 52 is our temperature right now. Very, very mild. 74% humidity with light winds. Look at the green across the metro. These are warmer than our typical afternoon highs this time of year. Compared to Piedmont, 41, it's 52 in Yukon, 49 in Newcastle, and 51 in Choctaw. From Ponca City back to the north and west, Camargo up to Guyman, 30s and 40s, and then we've got more 50s down to the south. A little more wind out of the east southeast, and a slight chance for a few showers up across the north and east, maybe a thunderstorm or two. And then as we go into that 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, we'll start to see thunderstorms from the southwest moving up towards the metro. This particular data set says we're dry until about 8. We'll talk more about the rain and thunderstorm chances. What about severe weather? It's all coming up. Colby, back to you.
All right, Megan, thank you. Overnight on the northeast side of the metro, a home under construction and another home right beside it are damaged after a fire this morning. This was right near Britton and Walker. Crews tell us they were able to get those fires out quickly, but 60% of the second property, the one next to it, was damaged. They say neighbors were the ones that were calling about the fire. They called 911. Everyone inside that home was able to get out with no injuries. And a driver slams into a business on the northwest side of the metro last night. We want to show you the scene. This was around 7:30 at an auto parts store right near Northwest 10th and Rockwell. Police say one person, right now it's in the hospital, but they didn't say if that was a driver or if it was someone inside the store. We're still working to get those details. Meanwhile, the cause of that crash is under investigation. And a big drug bust in the metro lands 2 people behind bars. The Village Police Department says an anonymous tip led them to a home where officers found about 35 pounds of marijuana. That's tens of thousands of dollars. And this was all taken off of the streets, according to law enforcement. So far, no names have been released, but again, as those details come out, we will bring them to you. For the third time in 3 weeks, an Oklahoma hospital is put on lockdown, all because of a bomb threat. The Duncan Police Department says that threat was made at Duncan Regional just before 7:30 yesterday morning. Both Duncan officers and the Oklahoma Highway Patrol responded and determined that there was no credible threat there. The hospital had 2 other bomb threats late last month. No word if any arrests have been made so far. The state of Oklahoma carries out its first execution of 2026. Kendrick Simpson was sentenced to death for killing Glenn Palmer and Anthony Jones after a fight at an Oklahoma City nightclub back in 2006. The execution started at 10:06 yesterday morning. Simpson was unconscious 7 minutes later and then declared dead 6 minutes after that. The time, 10:19. Former death row inmate Richard Glossip was back in an Oklahoma County courtroom yesterday with a new judge now assigned. His defense team is asking for bond as he awaits a third murder trial. His attorneys say that he's not a flight risk, doesn't have a passport or a state ID, and would live with his wife in Oklahoma City under home confinement and GPS monitoring. Glossip was convicted twice in the 1997 murder of motel owner Barry Van Treese. Both convictions were later overturned, most recently by the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled that he did not receive a fair trial.
So he's very frustrated. Of course he would be. So, folks, we only get one chance to pass this way. You're going to take 30 years out of somebody's life and take the best years that they have and keep them in custody. It's going to take a toll.
The judge plans to review the case before making a decision on bond. Glossip, meanwhile, is scheduled to return to the court on April 10th. Friends and colleagues gathered to remember the life of Meredith Kimani, a Logan County mother fatally shot over the weekend. Investigators say Meredith was killed by her husband, who then turned the gun on himself. News 9's Elizabeth Fitz went to the vigil in her honor.
It was a night of remembering for the friends and family of Meredith Kimani.
She was an advocate for so many people, and she was a friend to people when they desperately needed one, whether she had known them for 5 minutes or 5 years.
Meredith's loved ones say she was exceptionally hardworking and professional.
You would not know that she had anything but the most peaceful life because she does not complain. She doesn't bring her burdens to you unless you're in this tight, close inner circle.
One of those people in her tight inner circle was Jamie Mungai. Mungai remembers Meredith as the kind of person who made everyone around her feel seen, safe, and loved.
The way I'm choosing to honor Meredith's legacy is to continue to promote mental health awareness and mental health resources in the state of Oklahoma and beyond.
And Jamie isn't alone. Some of Meredith's other friends also have a message.
If someone watching this is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out to your girlfriends. And if one of your friends doesn't believe you, reach out to a different friend or Palomar.
Elizabeth Fitz, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And Meredith leaves behind 4 kids, one with special needs. There is a GoFundMe right now to help them navigate this terrible time. We have a link to that if you'd like to help right now over at news9.com. We do have some breaking news right now. We want to go to the northwest side of the metro, Northwest 50th in Ann Arbor. This is an apartment complex fire. You're taking a live look at the scene from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. We're told that evacuation orders were underway at the Retreat apartment complex. You can even see there on the left side of Lex's shot, people under that carport that had to leave their homes early this morning. The good news, we're not seeing any active flames or a lot of smoke. That might indicate that firefighters were able to knock that fire down. This is breaking news. We're going to stay there on the scene. A very large response here at this apartment complex as crews continue to work. We'll bring you the latest details as soon as we learn them right here and on the News 9 app. A bill to put gun safety training in schools is now moving forward. House Bill 3312 would make schools teach age-appropriate curriculum about gun safety. This was a curriculum developed by the Department of Education and CLEAT. It would not include any live firearms or ammunition. The curriculum must be neutral on gun control, gun violence, and on the Second Amendment. One gun club owner gave us his thoughts on it.
I still think they need to be educated on how to be around a firearm, so if they do come in contact with one, they may not agree with firearms, but they know how to safely be around one.
So this bill now advances to the House Education Oversight Committee. We'll be following its progress. Meanwhile, some new developments we're following. MidFirst Bank is expanding its headquarters on the northwest side of Oklahoma City. It just bought a 250,000 square foot building on the campus of Expand Energy. That was formerly Chesapeake. We told you how they were selling some of those buildings off. Well, MidFirst says this supports its long-term growth strategy and deep commitment to its home state of Oklahoma. Expand just announced, by the way, it is relocating its headquarters to Houston, Texas. 4:09 your time right now, taking a live look at the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum on our Lucky Star Skycam network. Admission will be free next Thursday, February 19th, to the museum. That's in honor of the 25th anniversary of its dedication. Officials say the museum was dedicated on February 19th of 2001 by President George W. Bush and First Lady Laura Bush. You can reserve your free ticket at memorialmuseum.com. Let's turn now to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Talk about what you can expect here as you head into the weekend tonight, or I guess this evening, really, Megan, the timeline that we're looking at.
Yeah, thunderstorm chances going up 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight, and that will take us all the way through the overnight tonight into your Saturday morning, your Saturday afternoon before things start to taper off. And some data says we do even hold some thunderstorms with us through the late evening hours of Saturday. There is a low severe weather threat with this, quarter to even on the higher end golf ball size hail. We'll talk about the very latest, the timeline for your hometown. It's coming up.
Let's get one more look at this breaking news here on the northwest side. Northwest 50th and Ann Arbor, an apartment complex fire. This is the Retreat apartment complex. Evacuation orders issued early this morning. The good news is it looks like crews have knocked down those flames and rolling up hoses at this point. We haven't heard about any injuries or anybody taken to the hospital, anything like that, but we do know that there were a lot of people standing outside of that complex early this morning. We're going to take you back live to the scene, get an update from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield, coming up right after this. All right, welcome back. We got some good weather for the early part of your day. I will tell you this, if you go on Hinge or Bumble and you got a date tonight or tomorrow and his name's Jason. Maybe just postpone it for a couple days because it
If
is
you-
Friday
if
the
you-
13th.
I will tell you, if you need a good excuse
Yes.
to get out of a date,
Sorry, your name's
blame
Jason.
it on the weather.
And,
Use me as an excuse. You got it.
Use Megan as an excuse.
Yeah, just say
terrible
weather's
tonight.
bad, sorry
Can't do
about
it. But it should be nice for folks that want to stay inside, go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things. But it's going to move into tomorrow as well. So tomorrow, big Valentine's Day forecast, got to keep an eye on it.
Super soggy. So
Yeah.
all night tonight, all day tomorrow. I think some data says it's out of here by mid-afternoon. Other data says we hang on to rain and thunderstorms all through tomorrow evening. So, you know.
I don't like that you didn't
Pick
get
your
my
poison
Jason
there.
reference, but it's
I
fine.
did. I did. I don't want to get more.
She just
here.
wants to move on. I get it.
Let's get into it. Hey, it is 4:15, and if you are heading out the door this morning, we do not have rain chances. Colby is cackling way harder than he should be. It's Friday, guys. We're almost to the weekend.
my goodness.
This morning is dry. Rain, thunderstorm chances start to go up by 6 o'clock. I will tell you, some of the latest data this morning holds off thunderstorm chances in Oklahoma City until 8 to 9 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and just play it on the safe side because some of the data yesterday said we had thunderstorms in Oklahoma City by 5 to 6. But as we go 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, we are totally in this thing and a 100% chance overnight tonight into your Saturday morning, Saturday midday, and then we'll start to dry it out as the day progresses. And there is a chance for record rainfall. Now, it really depends on where the heaviest rain sets up and when it falls. So I think between that 6, 7, 8 o'clock and midnight tonight, the chances of getting just under an inch of rain is probably less likely than breaking that record on Saturday because the bulk of our rain is going to fall tomorrow. This is a huge deal for us. February is a very dry month and we have been in a very kind of dry spell, if you will. So this is a big rainstorm we have been talking about now for a good 2 weeks, and it is going to deliver on what it has promised us. So down to the south and west, here's our storm. Here's your 100% chance, and it is pulling in all of this moisture. You'll notice the cloud cover increasing through the day today. There's already rain breaking out across Arizona, some snow in the higher elevations over to New Mexico, and of course, all of that heads our way through the day today. Slight chance for a few showers up across northern and eastern Oklahoma through the afternoon, 20 to a 30% chance. And then by 6 to 7, 8 o'clock tonight, thunderstorms take off in the southwest, also up in the north and west, and all of this is going to lift to the north and east. The I-44 corridor is really where all of the kind of the bulk of the storms are going to fall here over the next 24 to 36 hours. By 7 a.m. tomorrow, 100% chance statewide. We will have some stronger to even low-end severe storms down across southern Oklahoma tomorrow morning. And then as this storm starts to pivot and get out of here, we'll have additional scattered showers and thunderstorms on the back end before it's finally out of here for your Sunday. And your Sunday is beautiful. Make plans to be outdoors after being inside all day tomorrow. 48 degrees right now. Our temperatures have fallen several degrees. We have clear skies, a few clouds in spots, and temperatures are falling with some drier air filtering in. It's 38 in Sealing, 41 in Clinton to Kingfisher and Enid, 53 in Midwest City to Byers, and 50 in Pauls Valley. So a few 30s up across the north, generally in the low 40s with low 50s down to the south, and our winds are pretty light this morning, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. This afternoon is beautiful. You will notice clouds really increasing, mostly cloudy to overcast by this afternoon. Mid 60s to the north, some upper 60s from Enid to Ponca City, and then 70s, upper 70s down to the south with a south-southeast breeze at about 10 to 15 to 20 miles per hour. This afternoon, a 20 to a 30% chance across the north. And by this evening, again, the timing anywhere from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 in Oklahoma City, a little earlier down to the south and west, and it's all going to move to the north and to the east. So our severe zone for this evening and into tonight for the storms that take off, these will be what we call hailers, producing hail, some gusty winds, quarter size to even golf ball, and some of the stronger storms really to the west of I-35 and down into southwestern Oklahoma. That does include the west sides of the Oklahoma City metro. These will be noisy storms tonight, and with the cloud cover around, temperatures very mild overnight. Again, some wind, some hail, and a 100% chance statewide tonight through tomorrow morning for your widespread rain and storms. Your Valentine's Day temperatures not all that bad, definitely by February standards, upper 50s and 60s down to the south. The rain, the storms continue, and they start to taper off from the west to the the east as we roll through the afternoon and the evening. We'll see how quick we can clear it out, but tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, additional severe threats will be down across southern Oklahoma. And when it comes to rainfall amounts, guys, this is such a good rain for us along that I-44 corridor, anywhere from 1 to 2 to even up to 3 inches of rain in some of those stronger storms. Your full 9-day forecast here, sunshine for your Sunday, back to the 70s, nearly 80 degrees on Tuesday with strong winds increasing fire danger. Colby, over to you.
Megan, thank you. An Oscar-nominated documentary exposing violence inside prison walls is coming to Oklahoma City. Criminal justice reform advocates want to bring attention to Oklahoma's prison system by showing that film here. News 9's Jennifer Pierce has the story.
The documentary, The Alabama Solution, will screen here at the Yale Theater next Friday night. It highlights dangerous conditions inside Alabama prisons, but advocates say Oklahoma has the same issues.
If you're an inmate in Alabama prison, you're probably praying every night that nothing bad happens to you.
Watching The Alabama Solution was an eye-opening experience for Jayshawna Smith.
And I was like, well, obviously this stuff happens here in Oklahoma. We've heard the same stories here.
Smith works for the Julius Jones Institute, which was founded after Jones's death sentence was commuted in Oklahoma shortly before his scheduled execution.
It's not the inmate that's killing them folks. It's for God.
Smith wants the documentary screening to bring awareness to the community and state leaders.
It exposes the things that are happening inside of our prisons.
There's no one better to speak about the Oklahoma prison system than someone who has been part of it.
I've never dealt with it firsthand, a guard taking a life or something like that, but definitely watched them set it up. And so it's the same. You still got blood on your hands.
Miller says he was incarcerated in Oklahoma starting at the age of 17. He believes shining a light on violence in prisons can save lives and hold state leaders accountable.
It's just hushed to where it will not be heard by society.
And advocates for criminal justice reform want Oklahoma state leaders to put more resources towards mental health care in our prison systems. Jennifer Pierce for Oklahoma's Own News 9.
We want to go back out to this breaking news, the apartment complex fire. This is at Northwest 50th in Ann Arbor, really between Meridian and MacArthur. Crews, you can see a large response. It looks like the flames are out. There were evacuation orders early this morning. We saw a lot of folks standing outside. Don't know if there are any injuries at this point. We're continuing to work with authorities to learn the latest information. We'll bring it to you. We're back right after this. Welcome back. We got a big plans. We have, well, not we. We, the collective, we all have big plans this weekend, but it's going to be rainy. We got to watch out for that.
It's going to be rainy. At least for today, we're dry through midday. I think our thunderstorm chances go up here in Oklahoma City by 6 to 7 to 8 o'clock. And then overnight tonight, we are really in this thing. Temperatures out the door this morning, mild, winds are light. This afternoon, it's beautiful, it's warm, but then it's game on this evening into the overnight. We'll talk more about it coming up.
All right, pay a lot of attention to it. Coming up, we have Lacey joining us. Much more headlines.
There's
our control room.
Lights are on.
The folks
Thanks,
working
guys.
hard to keep us on track. Herding cats
Lights are on,
every day.
nobody's home.
We're back right after this.
Two homes damaged in northeast Oklahoma City, a big fire overnight. I'm Lacey Lowry. Coming up right now at 4:30, how neighbors helped crews respond quickly.
And former death row inmate Richard Glossop is asking to be released from jail ahead of his new trial. I'm Colby Thielen. Why his attorneys say that he should be granted bond. It's coming up.
Good Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Megan Gold. Our big rainmaker arrives this evening into the overnight tonight for your Saturday, and there is a low risk for severe weather. We'll talk about the wind and hail threat. It's coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We made it to the end of the work week. We call it Friday around here.
It's a lot to celebrate.
Yeah.
A lot to celebrate, including incoming rain, which we
Finally
desperately need.
getting
It's
it.
been so dry out there. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center now. Talk to Megan Gold. She's been following the timeline on this. Megan, we're looking at this evening, really.
It does. It starts this evening and it ramps up into the overnight. And by a good 8 to 9 to 10 o'clock tonight, it is a statewide rain that continues into your Saturday morning through the day on Saturday. And some data says we hold on to rain and thunderstorms through your Saturday evening. Other data says we'll start to dry it out. But regardless, this has the chance to be a record-breaking rain for Oklahoma. And boy, do we need it. It's going to put a big dent in the drought. Right now, we are totally dry, but we will have increasing clouds through the day today. And that rain-making storm that we have talked about for nearly 2 weeks now is still off the coast of Baja California. Moisture streaming in out ahead of it. And again, you'll notice the clouds. This morning, we have a few clouds out there, but the skies are mostly clear. Temperatures very, very mild. 50 degrees right now. No wind chill factor. 74% humidity and light winds. It's kind of a metro divided. It's 39 out in Clinton, 41 in Kingfisher, and then from Oklahoma City down to the south and east, we have upper 40s and low 50s. It's 53 in Shawnee and Byers. So where the air is a little drier, temperatures upper 30s, low 40s, and then upper 40s and low 50s down to the south. Winds also lighter up across the north. This afternoon is absolutely beautiful. We will have increasing clouds, as I mentioned. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, 74 for a high here in Oklahoma City, and then rain and thunderstorm chances start to ramp up this evening. So for this morning, we're totally dry. No need for the rain gear at the bus stop for the kids. We'll talk more about your forecast, the severe threats, and the timeline for your hometown. It's coming up.
Megan, thank you. I want to take you to this breaking news on the northwest side. This is at Northwest 50th and Ann Arbor, the Retreat apartment complex where a fire broke out early this morning. You can see the massive response, still a very active scene. We do know that residents there were asked to evacuate. We saw several people standing outside of this apartment complex. We haven't heard about any injuries at this point. We're continuing to reach out to spokespeople for the department, for the fire department. As soon as those updates come in, we'll bring it to you. But it does look like the fire is out, but still a very active scene right there at Northwest 50th in Ann Arbor. And to another fire, this one on the northeast side of the metro. One home under construction goes up in flames. Another home right next to it was also damaged after that fire early this morning. This was right near Britton and Walker. Crews tell us they were able to get the fires out quickly, but about 60% of that second property, the one next door, was damaged. They say neighbors were the ones who called about the fire. Everyone inside the home was able to get out with no injuries.
A driver slams into a business on the northwest side of the metro last night, injuring one person. This was the scene around 7:30 at an auto parts store near Northwest 10th and Rockwell. Police say one person is in the hospital this morning. Officers did not say if that was the driver or someone inside the business. The cause of the crash is under investigation. And a heartbreaking update this morning. One of the 5 victims in a massive Ardmore refinery fire has died. 5 people were hospitalized after that big fire at the Valero refinery Monday night. The family of one of the victims, Jesse Biscamp, says he had to be airlifted to a burn hospital in Texas, and he has since passed away. A GoFundMe has been set up to support his family. There's his photo. We have a link this morning at news9.com.
The state of Oklahoma carries out its first execution of 2026. Kendrick Simpson was sentenced to death for killing Glenn Palmer and Anthony Jones after a fight at an Oklahoma City nightclub back in 2006. The execution started at 10:06 yesterday morning. Simpson was unconscious 7 minutes later and declared dead 6 minutes after that. The time was at 10:19. Former death row inmate Richard Glossip wants to be out of the Oklahoma County Jail. The 63-year-old is awaiting his 3rd murder trial in the 1997 death of his boss.
His defense team is asking a judge to grant him bond. News 9's Deanne Stein has the latest.
Richard Glossip's defense team says he is not a flight risk and says he is looking forward to his day in court to finally prove his innocence.
Sitting inside an Oklahoma County courtroom, Richard Glossip is asking a judge to release him on bond. His attorney, Don Knight, says his client is struggling with his health.
You're going to take 30 years out of somebody's life and take the best years that they have and keep them in custody. It's going to take a toll.
Glossip was twice convicted in the 1997 murder of motel owner Barry Van Treese, largely based on testimony from admitted killer Justin Sneed, who said Glossip hired him. Both convictions were later overturned, most recently by the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled he didn't receive a fair trial. Knight says he spent 8,500 pro bono hours working on this case.
When you see a wrong, you want to right it. This is wrong. This is wrong what's happened to him. It's been wrong for 30 years.
The defense says Glossip doesn't have a passport or ID and would live with his wife under home confinement and GPS monitoring. But prosecutors oppose a bond, saying the evidence remains strong and believes a third jury would convict Glossip again. Still, his lawyers remain hopeful.
We think this is the first opportunity Mr. Glossip has in 29 years to get a bond, and we're looking forward to that day when he can hopefully get a bond.
Glossip was asked how he felt about the hearing as he left the courtroom.
I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see.
The judge says she plans to review the case before making a decision on bond, which could take up to 30 days. In Oklahoma City, Deanne Stein for Oklahoma's Own.
The defense team also plans to ask the court to enforce what they call was an agreement with the Attorney General that would free Richard Glossip, but the prosecution says no deal was ever finalized. Glossip is due back in court April 10th.
A large group of our Oklahoma lawmakers from both the House and the Senate are now calling on the State Department of Education to step in after several students led walkouts protesting immigration and customs enforcement. Our Brianna Brown joins us live right now from our state capitol with reaction from both lawmakers and the Department of Ed. Brianna, good morning.
Good morning, Colby. Yes, 14 of our state legislators sent a formal letter to State Superintendent Lyndall Fields urging action against the student-led walkouts that have happened across the state at public schools. Now, in that letter, lawmakers are saying that they are worried about attendance and disruption to learning. The letter suggests teachers who promote or facilitate a walkout should even face consequences.
All right, we're having trouble with Brianna's microphone. We want to make sure you get that information, so we're going to check back in with her in just a little bit. Brianna, sorry about that. Okay, moving to the next story here at 4:38 this morning. The department.
We've been working on this for quite some time, and it's taken a whole lot of people, a whole lot of effort to get that building down.
The final piece of the old convention center comes crashing down. You're looking right there as the wall tumbles. We were in Bob Mills Sky News 9 flying over scene yesterday. Goodness, the demolition process is really ticking along. That building opened back in 1972, so this marks the end of an era in the history of our city. We know much of the debris is being recycled and used in other projects so that history will live on in another form. Now, here's a live look this morning from our Bob Mills Arena cam. It's crazy that you can see all the way across to the Paycom Center. Just looks like a parking lot where the old convention center used to be. This is right across the street from our studios here at News 9 and Griffin Media headquarters. We know construction on the new arena for the Oklahoma City Thunder will start in April, so we are almost there. Again, here's what it's supposed to look like. Wow. Plans feature a 360-degree glass curtain wall, panoramic views. The west-facing main entrance will include Thunder Alley. They're bringing it back. And the arena capitalizes on Loud City. It's expected to open in the summer of 2028.
It's funny, I was walking out of the building yesterday, just kind of going around the block, and we were walking right past it, and I was looking, I was like, man, it looks like they've almost got it all out of there. And then sure enough, later in the day, it was the final
wall's
piece.
gone,
So
exactly.
right. Almost right.
I think everything's just debris on the ground, and they're picking it up pretty quickly.
It's wild when you look at it from the fence level, because you can't really see what's going on behind it, but it's just a big wide open space.
I know,
it's
changed that streetscape for sure.
That's going to change even more when they start building it. We're going to be following it, all the latest on our Bob Mills Arena cam. Can't wait to see that. Right now, let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Megan Gold standing by with a look at your Friday. Megan.
Guys, today will be beautiful, increasing clouds, but by this evening we are in storm mode as storms take off in southwestern Oklahoma, racing up towards Oklahoma City. If you've got evening plans, you'll need to stay weather aware. We could have a few strong storms, and boy, this will be the first big rain we have had since back in January. The first time we've had potentially more than an inch of rain since back in October. We'll talk more about the timing for your hometown. Also, when does the rain move out on Saturday? That's all coming up.
A Metro organization working to keep formerly incarcerated Oklahomans from going back to prison. How an upcoming job fair is opening up some doors. It's ahead.
Plus, a first flight, 88 years in the making. How an Envoy Air pilot gives his grandmother a trip she'll never forget. It's a story coming up.
All right, 4:45 on your Friday. Good weather today, and then we got rain coming.
Things are great through probably 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
and then we'll start to see thunderstorms take off. And we've been talking about this for weeks. I mean, this is a huge deal for us, especially with the ongoing drought.
Yes.
And fire danger ramps back up early next week. So this rain will at least help alleviate that threat some, but it's hard to believe even when you get an inch or two and you put a dent in the drought that you still have fire danger.
I know.
Yeah.
So we'll ride the roller coaster for quite some time. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We have a chance to break some records when it comes to how much rain falls. I think the heaviest rain falls along the I-44 corridor, and some of the data last night was saying the Oklahoma City Metro could see up to 3 inches of rain. I think 1 to 2 for sure, and we'll have some bullseyes of 2 to 3, just dependent upon where the heaviest storms set up. We'll give you the statewide view here, southeastern Oklahoma and northwestern Oklahoma on the lower end of things, but to Woodward and Alva, I still think you could pick up half an inch to even an inch of rain, but it's really going to be again from Altus up into Oklahoma City into the Tulsa area where the heaviest of the rain will fall. So for today, this morning, sending the kids to school, it's a dry morning. We're dry through midday. Some of the data last night had thunderstorms in the metro by 5 to 6 to 7 o'clock. This morning, some of the latest data has it at 8 to 9 o'clock. So if you have dinner plans tonight, there's a chance that you're good to go. You'll just kind of have to make sure you're dialed into what happens, because when storms take off in the southwest. They'll quickly move up into the Oklahoma City metro, and then overnight into your Saturday morning, Saturday midday. It's a 100% chance, and it is with us through the day tomorrow. Some data says we dry it out by the early afternoon, early to mid afternoon. Other data says we have rain and thunderstorms with us through the evening and kind of into the overnight tomorrow night. So pick your data set. Regardless, I think it's a very wet and soggy day. This evening, tonight, there is a low end severe weather risk. We'll talk some wind, some hail, and in some of the strongest storms, quarter to golf ball size hail will be possible. Not everybody will see that, but just some of those stronger storms. And that'll be the western sides of Oklahoma City, back into western Oklahoma, the southwest, and up to the north and to the east. Pockets of small hail for our non-severe storms, but these will be noisy storms overnight tonight. The kiddos may be waking up from how noisy they are. It's been quite some time since we've had overnight rain and storms, a lot of lightning and heavy rain. Right now, totally quiet. Next Gen is not active at this moment, but it will be. It'll be fired up as we go into the evening. And here's the storm that we have been tracking since really before it even formed, watching it in the data, still off the coast of Baja California. There's the spin with it, and that energy is what will eventually drive our rain and thunderstorm chances. There's the view from our Lucky Star Skycam network here on your Friday, almost the weekend, Valentine's Day tomorrow. 50 is our temperature out the door. A lot of times that is our afternoon high on average for this time of year. So a very mild start to the day. Here in downtown, it's 54, 49 in Edmond, 41 in Kingfisher to Piedmont, 51 in Pink to Lake Thunderbird, and 49 in the Newcastle area. 44 in Clinton, so 30s and 40s to the north, upper 40s and low 50s down to the south, and our winds are light to variable with a little boundary in place. This afternoon's beautiful. Clouds will increase through the day, mid to upper 60s to the north, low to mid 70s here in the metro, upper 70s down to the south with a south-southeast breeze. This afternoon is dry for most of us. There's a slight chance for a few showers across the north and into the northeast this afternoon, and let me walk you through what the radar could look like by this afternoon and evening. As thunderstorms build into the southwest, these will be our hailers and our storms producing a little wind, 50 to 60 miles per hour. They'll move up to the north and to the east from Ponca City back down to Kingfisher and Clinton, and this just fills in overnight tonight. Again, that I-44 corridor where the heaviest rain falls, and tomorrow morning the chance for some strong storms down across southern Oklahoma. This data keeps thunderstorms in the state, or at least showers and some drizzle through the evening and into the overnight tomorrow night. So this evening, a 100 to an 80% chance for thunderstorms here in Oklahoma City. Overnight tonight, temperatures with the cloud cover, the rain, pretty mild, but a 100% chance essentially statewide for rain and thunderstorms. Here is your Valentine's Day. Your Saturday cold front punches in. Rain and storms continue, starting to taper off in the west, and by the evening, all of that will be pushing off to the east. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, the threat high is down to the south, and same deal. We will watch for some quarter-size hail and heavy rain. We'll have you covered as we go through the weekend here. Your Sunday, absolutely beautiful. Temperature 65 degrees, back to the 70s next week. And again, fire danger will return with very strong winds. Guys, back to you.
All right, Megan, thank you. An organization in the metro is helping people who have served time from returning to prison.
They do that in several ways, including a big job fair coming up next week. Our Mike Glover has the details.
At Diversion Hub, they are all about providing resources for those involved in the criminal legal system. And on Wednesday, those resources will be expanded to anyone needing employment.
We basically just help individuals get in touch with life-stabilizing resources.
And a big part of that process is employment. So on Wednesday, they will host a job fair.
It is for everyone, people with disabilities, people who've been impacted by the legal system, people who are elderly, people who are veterans.
The event is a collaborative effort with Oklahoma's Workforce Board.
If you're looking for employment, this is the place to be, February 18th. 9 to 2, Metro Tech.
Staff will be on hand to assist with filling out applications and resumes, and close to 20 employers will be available with jobs on the spot.
Job fairs are for you to ask the questions to employers and for employers to put a face to an application.
And to make sure that they put their best foot forward, participants can get styled for success.
We're giving free haircuts and free professional attire to all of our clients, preparing them for the job fair the following day.
The clients are super excited. They're modeling for us in the lobby. They have big smiles on their faces after the haircuts.
Styled for Success will happen Tuesday before the event from 9 to 3 at Diversion Hub. Everything carefully planned out to create an atmosphere for success.
We play music, there's going to be some door prizes, and just have a great time while you're looking for employment.
It's really rewarding to just kind of be able to give those people their second, third, maybe fourth chance and show them that they do matter.
Providing hope of employment for those that really need it. That is something good. I'm Mike Glover for Oklahoma's Own.
Coming up here on 9, an Oscar-nominated documentary exposing violence behind prison walls is coming to Oklahoma City. Why reform advocates say it's an important conversation for our state to have. It's coming up.
My parents have flown before, but my parents have never been on a plane with me before. And my grandma, 88 years old, she has never flown in her life. And this is her very first flight ever.
It's not, and they got her a first-class ticket. That's good. A special moment for an Envoy Air pilot. Alex Shoup gave his grandma Frances the first flight of her life. 88 years in the making. How about that? She's loving it. Yeah, Alex flew from La Crosse, Wisconsin to Chicago. His grandmother, his parents, his brother, they were all in the flight, bringing 3 generations together.
Oh, that's so
nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And the parents had never flown with him either, right? Is that what he said?
That's what he said. They've been on a flight before, but never with me.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad they got her a
That's
first-class
so
ticket.
special.
She's having a great time.
She's just smiling the whole time. She's like, this is great.
Good job.
I've jumped out of a plane in La Crosse, Wisconsin. But
Skydiving?
Yeah, but never flown through. But hey, Alex, next time I'm there, Envoy Air, I'll look you up, buddy.
Envoy Air. Apparently, it's American Airlines regional carrier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There you go.
Well, if you're flying tonight, it might be a little rocky.
Might be a little rocky.
Some storms coming through.
We will, yeah. Storms will be here in the metro, I think sometime after 6 to 7 o'clock. So be prepared for that if you have evening plans. Some of those storms could be strong to severe. Temperatures out the door this morning, very mild, 50 degrees. Clouds will increase through the day today. Really wonderful temperature-wise. A southeast breeze with us. A slight chance for a few showers this afternoon. And then here in the metro, in between, again, 6, 7, and 8 o'clock, rain and thunderstorm chances cranking up. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Nikola Topic makes his NBA debut for the Thunder last night. Loud City giving him a standing ovation. How the 20-year-old fought back from a cancer diagnosis to make it to the floor.
Good morning. Right now at 5 a.m., Oklahoma City firefighters barely stop a fire from burning down a second house overnight. I'm Colby Thielen. The latest from that scene, it's coming up.
Plus, a new push at the state capitol to educate children on gun safety. I'm Lacey Lowry. What a new bill could change and how soon it would take effect if passed.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Megan Gold. Today it is all about the rain and thunderstorms headed our way. We've been talking about it for weeks. Much needed potential for record-breaking rain here in Oklahoma. We'll talk about when it hits, also the severe threats for your hometown. It's coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Oh, we're also curious about the rain, desperately needed. We'll talk to Megan in just a second. First, we want to remind you that we are streaming right now live on our YouTube channel, the News 9 YouTube channel. If you have questions, comments about the weather, about the stories, when's this rain getting here? You can post them in our live stream chat. You just have to subscribe first. Use this QR code that'll take you to the link. You subscribe, you post your comment, your question, and we will get to them throughout the show.
A lot of questions about the timeline. How much rain are we getting? Let's get over to Megan Gold in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, guys. It's almost the weekend, a big weekend for a lot of folks that have plans, and tomorrow is a very soggy day for us. Here's the deal. This is not a major severe weather event, but there is enough instability and a boundary in place that we may have a few strong to severe storms, talking quarter to even golf ball size hail. Not everybody will see that. It will not be widespread, but we'll watch for that. The western sides of Oklahoma City and back into western Oklahoma, especially down to the south and west. These are going to be noisy storms, heavy rain, lots of lightning, and some really, really good rain amounts. So for Oklahoma City and really statewide, this morning through midday, we are totally dry, and we'll watch for storms to take off in the southwest between 5, 6 o'clock and making it here to the metro in between about 6 and 8 o'clock. And then as we go to the overnight, it is a 100% chance for a statewide rain and stormy night. Here is that area of spin, our storm coming out of the south and west, pulling in the moisture with it, and clouds will increase through the day today. Right now, we do have mostly clear skies overhead, 50 degrees out the door, very, very mild. Up in Kingfisher and Piedmont, it's 41 down to El Reno, 47 in Tuttle, 48 in Newcastle, and 48 in Wellston. Up to the north, a few temperatures in the 30s like Alva over to Guyman. So not a bad start for us. Winds are light to breezy, and this afternoon we'll have winds out of the southeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, a gust or 2 to 20, a high temperature of 74, and then it's all about tracking those rain and thunderstorms down in the southwest and lifting off to the north and to the east. We'll talk more about it. What does your Saturday look like? Your 9-day forecast is coming up just minutes away.
State troopers and McLean County deputies are looking for this man on your screen right here, 59-year-old David Madden. They say he was last seen in Washington around noon yesterday. He was wearing a blue hoodie and sweatpants and had on a brown hat. Officials believe he's driving a white 2023 Ford F-350. If you see him, call 911 immediately.
And breaking overnight, firefighters put out a fire at a house under construction. It also spread to the one right next to it. This was around midnight. Crews say that fire completely consumed that house under construction right near Britton and Walker. Crews say everyone in that second house was able to get out safely, but the fire damaged about 60% of it. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
A person is in the hospital after a car crashes into a business in northwest Oklahoma City last night. This was the scene. It was an auto parts store at Northwest 10th and Rockwell around 7:30. Oklahoma City police did not say if the person in the hospital was the driver of this vehicle or someone inside the business at the time. The crash is under investigation.
For the third time in just as many weeks, the same Oklahoma hospital was put on lockdown because of a bomb threat. The Duncan Police Department says the threat was made at Duncan Regional just before 7:30 yesterday morning. Both Duncan officers and the Highway Patrol responded. They determined there was no credible threat. The hospital had 2 other bomb threats late last month. No word on whether any arrests have been made.
The state of Oklahoma carries out its first execution of 2026. Kendrick Simpson was sentenced to death for killing Glenn Palmer and Anthony Jones after a fight at an Oklahoma City nightclub back in 2006. Palmer's family says although they have justice now, the murder of their loved ones still affects them to this day.
I'm still just hurt and tormented by this. I was tormented again today. Even on his deathbed, he still smiled. So there's no remorse about this.
Attorney General Gettner Drummond says he hopes the execution brings some measure of peace to the families 20 years later. The next execution date has not been announced yet.
Meanwhile, former death row inmate Richard Glossip is still in jail this morning after his new judge says that she wants to review this case before deciding on bond. He was convicted in his role for murdering Barry Van Treese, a motel owner, back in 1997. But the U.S. Supreme Court overturned that conviction last year. Glossip's attorney says that he doesn't have a passport or an ID and would live with his wife under home confinement as well as GPS monitoring. Prosecutors believe a third jury would convict him again. Glossip, meanwhile, is scheduled to go back to court on April the 10th.
Taking a live look on our Lucky Star Skycam network this morning of the state capitol, a bill moving through the Capitol right now could require children to learn about gun safety in school. The curriculum would be age appropriate and developed by the state education department and CLEAT. News 9's Matt McCabe has more.
House Bill 3312 from Republican State Representative Ryan Eves of Atoka could bring a new subject to schools next year. Key parts of the proposed bill include language that prohibits the use of live fire, live ammunition, or live firearms during lessons, and that all the lessons must be viewpoint neutral on heated political topics about guns. Zach Womack owns Silverleaf Shotgun Sports, and when he was in school was also a member of Team USA.
The problem is when someone's not educated about it and they start touching it, it's a safety issue.
Democratic State Representative Jacob Rosecrans of Norman, also a former educator, is on the Common Education Committee that heard the bill this week.
I would be for something like this if it wasn't a mandate. Because I think just telling every district to do this is just a bad idea.
I still think they need to be educated on how to be around a firearm. So if they do come in contact with one, they may not agree with firearms, but they know how to safely be around one.
There's a big part of me that believes that, yes, I think kids definitely should know just how dangerous, firearms can be. They're firearms. We're talking about dangerous weapons, and so, again, I'm not quite sure the school is the arena for this.
The bill's language says individual schools can decide best how to incorporate the lessons into various classes. In Oklahoma City, Matt McCabe, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
The committee did add a recommendation to the bill to allow parents to opt their children out of the curriculum if this bill passes. It now heads to an oversight committee and then the full House.
We've been working on this for quite some time, and it's taken a whole lot of people, a whole lot of effort to get that billing down.
The final piece of the old Cox Convention Center comes crashing down. Watch it. Oh boy, there it goes. That's the end of an era right there. Our Mason Dunn and Bob Mills, Sky News 9, were flying over the scene yesterday. The old convention center actually opened back in 1972. Much of the debris now is being recycled and used in other projects so that history will live on in another form. Construction on the new $1 billion Thunder Arena is set to start in April now. They got to move all the debris out, and expected to open in the summer of 2028.
Yeah, the first timeline was like, we're going to get all this construction done, or the tear down done by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Then it was like, okay, we're going to have it clear by April, or I mean by March. And here we go, almost March, and it looks like they're making good progress.
It's crazy. They're actually moving pretty quickly now. I think there was a lot of prep work for a while where you're like, are they tearing it down?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's gone.
It doesn't help when there's sub-zero temperatures and tons
Oklahoma
of snow
weather
on the ground and all this stuff. Nothing like that anytime today, but we do have some rain chances. So let's talk to Megan about it. Hey, Megan.
Hey, guys. Temperatures way too warm for snow, but definitely amazing rain headed our way. We're going to put a big dent in the drought, and boy, do we need it. This is our second driest month of the entire year, so this rainmaker, we've been talking about it so much because it's a huge deal for us. We'll have showers and thunderstorms start to take off later this evening in the southwest, moving towards Oklahoma City. I'll walk you through your full Friday, your full Saturday Valentine's Day forecast coming up.
And still ahead, a documentary highlighting violence inside prison walls will soon screen at a Metro theater. Why a former prisoner believes shining a light on it can save some lives. We're back right after this.
we're all wearing pink today.
Yes, we are. Indeed.
I love
Happy
that.
Valentine's
Oh, I was
Day.
like, no, you're not.
Hey, little pop right here.
I love it. It's a good little accent.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, obviously tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before then, Friday the 13th. So
Oh, it's Friday the 13th.
He's really focused on that today.
Oh, man.
I told Megan, I was like, if your Hinge date is named on Bumble or Hinge or whatever, is named Jason, just go ahead and postpone.
Just say, let's do
Just
this
we'll do it
another day.
we'll do it another time.
If
Let's
you
go next
need
week.
an excuse to get out of your date, blame it on the weather.
There you go.
There you go.
Great idea.
Say, I can't go.
I need a rain check.
Literally.
You proud of that? I stole yours.
No.
He's tried that Jason joke twice. So
It
coming up at
hasn't worked.
6, he's going to nail
It
it.
hasn't worked either time. I'm going to keep
losing
trying.
viewers by
Because
the
you know what? I am persistent. That's exactly how I got my Valentine's date when I met my wife. Persistence. I'm going to keep asking.
Wheezy, I'm going to tell you that joke one more time, just to really give you a chance to laugh at it.
You probably didn't hear me. Well, I better say it again.
Oh my
All
goodness.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's all that
Friday.
matters. So rain, thunderstorms, we've been talking about it. It's a huge deal. And really
That joke slayed. The Jason joke slayed. Okay, moving on.
Oh my God, you're still trying.
They've already started my clock, so I'm doomed here. Hey, this is really important. The last time that we had, of course, we had a big winter storm. The last time that we had measurable rain, a good rainstorm, he's still talking about it, was January 8th. Okay, so that's more than a month and a week. So
Did I slash into your time?
stop.
I slashed into her time. Sorry.
He did slash into my time. We've had no measurable rain. It is so hard to get back on track after that. We have not had any measurable rain so far this month. The last time we had at least an inch of rain was back in October, and I think we have 1 to 2 inches here in Oklahoma City, which would mean it is our biggest rain in months. Now, there is a low severe risk, and that means that there is some quarter to golf ball size hail possible in some of these stronger storms. If you're watching David last night, he had the zone a little farther down to the south and west. I've moved it a little farther to the north. Some of the latest data hinting that up in the northwest, we may have a few stronger storms. And also some of these storms will be capable of producing winds 50 to 60 miles per hour. So we'll watch that as we go into the evening and kind of the overnight hours. Tomorrow morning and afternoon, it's down in southern Oklahoma. There'll be a boundary somewhere along I-40, and that's where some of the stronger storms will be possible as well. So let's go ahead and walk you through future next gen. This morning is dry through midday. We are dry. There's a chance for a few showers up across northern, northeastern Oklahoma into the afternoon. Spotty chances. Not everybody sees one. And then here comes your main show as we go into 7, 8 o'clock tonight. Some data last night had storms building into the state by 5 to 6 o'clock. So the timing may be a little earlier than this, but again, we'll watch it 7 to 8 o'clock down to the southwest, hail producing storms lifting off to the north and to the east, up towards Kingfisher and Enid and Ponca City. And these are going to ride along the I-44 corridor. That's where the heaviest rain, the strongest storms will be. This continues all night tonight into tomorrow morning, and it'll be with us through most of the day tomorrow. Now, the heaviest rain will move out by lunchtime, and then I think we'll have additional showers and a few thunderstorms redevelop down to the south and west. And again, some of those may be strong as well. Some of the latest data says we don't clear the state out of rain and thunderstorms until after midnight on Sunday morning. Here's the live look from our Lucky Star Skycam network. We've got a little bit of a breeze, 48 degrees, and we have a few clouds overhead, but mostly clear skies, and temperatures are rapidly falling. It is 39 in Enid, 44 in Weatherford, 43 in Hinton, 44 in Stillwater, and 51 in Tecumseh, 52 in Byers. So low 50s down to the south, colder up to the north where there's some drier air and lighter winds. Temperatures a little breezier down to the south. We've got a little boundary in place. So this afternoon, slight chance dry here in Oklahoma City and for everybody else. And today we'll have clouds increasing. So you'll notice they'll roll in, thicken up through the day with that south-southeast breeze. Maybe a gust or 2 to 20, but not a windy day by any means. A little cooler up to the north, 74 today. We were 73 yesterday, and even warmer down in southern Oklahoma. And this is when the main show gets going. This evening, 100 100% chance down in Altus to an 80% chance in Oklahoma City. Much drier down to the south and east, and then temperatures really mild tonight with the cloud cover overhead. Tonight, tomorrow morning, here's your statewide nearly 100% chance for rain, for thunderstorms, and tomorrow, temperatures, even with the rain and storms and the clouds around, we are still in the upper 50s and the low to mid to upper 60s. So still above normal for this time of year. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your loved one. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, a 100% chance from Oklahoma City off to the east. We'll start to wind it down in the west, and again, the chance for a few wraparound showers and thunderstorms. How much rain are we talking? Again, I think we break the rainfall record on Saturday, at least an inch to an inch and a half to 2 inches here in Oklahoma City, back down to the south and west. Woodward, Alva, I think you pick up even more than that, and we'll have some higher totals, even some bullseyes of 2 to 3 inches. So an amazing rain for Oklahoma headed our way, and then it's a really dry 9-day from there. Your Sunday, beautiful, get outdoors to the 70s on Monday, and even with the rain, fire danger does return because our winds will crank up. Guys, back to you.
Your time now, 5:19. An Oscar-nominated documentary exposing violence inside prison walls is coming to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, criminal justice reform advocates want to bring attention to Oklahoma's prison system by showing that film here. News 9's Jennifer Pierce has the details.
The documentary, The Alabama Solution, will screen here at the Yale Theater next Friday night. It highlights dangerous conditions inside Alabama prisons, but advocates say Oklahoma has the same issues.
If you're an inmate in Alabama prison, you're probably praying every night that nothing bad happens to you.
Watching The Alabama Solution was an eye-opening experience for Jayshawna Smith.
And I was like, well, obviously this stuff happens here in Oklahoma. We've heard the same stories here.
Smith works for the Julius Jones Institute, which was founded after Jones's death sentence was commuted in Oklahoma shortly before his scheduled execution.
It's not the inmate that's killing them folks. It's the guards.
Smith wants the documentary screening to bring awareness to the community and state leaders.
It exposes the things that are happening inside of our prisons.
There's no one better to speak about the Oklahoma prison system than someone who has been part of it.
I've never dealt with it firsthand, a guard taking a life or something like that, but definitely watched them set it up. And so it's the same. You still got blood on your hands.
Miller says he was incarcerated in Oklahoma starting at the age of 17. He believes shining a light on violence in prisons can save lives and hold state leaders accountable.
It's just hushed to where it will not be heard by society.
And advocates for criminal justice reform want Oklahoma state leaders to put more resources towards mental health care in our prison systems. Jennifer Pierce for Oklahoma's own News 9.
The State Department of Corrections did release a statement about the documentary viewing, saying in part, quote, comparing the Oklahoma prison system to the Alabama Solution documentary is irresponsible, irrational, and dangerous, end quote. It goes on to say it does not condone behavior that endangers anyone and will hold those accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
Still ahead, Thunder player Nikola Topic makes his long-awaited NBA debut before the All-Star break, and the crowd went wild. A look at his first score next. Nikola Topic makes his NBA debut for the Oklahoma City Thunder to a standing ovation. The 20-year-old missed all last season with a torn ACL and was diagnosed with cancer during the preseason. He fought the hard-winning battle against cancer and debuted last night. He scored 2 points. The Oklahoma City Thunder ended up losing to Milwaukee 110-93. They now have a week-long break for the All-Star weekend, but what a great thing to see.
Oh my gosh, and the crowd has been just so anxiously awaiting
Yes.
his return. We've been rooting for him. I was like, we're giving him an ovation
I
here in
know.
the studio.
He's only
have been.
20 years old, and he's
Yeah.
already gone through a whole season of torn ACL and then a cancer diagnosis.
It's wild. I mean, to go through that at
Yeah.
that young of age, it brings wisdom. And wisdom sometimes translates to the way you play basketball.
Yeah.
He's got a great career ahead of him.
Let's go.
We're so happy for you. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, let's get over to Megan. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center looking for some rain this weekend, Megan.
It's headed our way, that's for sure. We are dry on your Friday morning. No issues with rain and storms for your Friday morning commute. So if you're sending the kiddos off to school, no need for the rain gear. However, this evening, rain and thunderstorm chances ramp up, and we are in this thing all night tonight through your Saturday. 48 degrees right now at Will Rogers with clear skies, a few clouds out there, and our storm zone tonight does include the West Metro down to the southwest, out I-40 and up into northern Oklahoma for quarter to golf ball size hail, heavy rain, and even some damaging winds. We'll talk more about your forecast and those rain chances coming up.
And still ahead, some state lawmakers are asking the Department of Education to step in after several student-led protests at Metro schools. What they're asking the department to do, it's after the break.
You're watching Oklahoma's Own News 9 This Morning.
Your 5:30 headlines. Oklahoma City firefighters put out a fire at a house under construction that actually spread to the neighbor's house. You're looking at the video. Crews say the fire completely engulfed the first house near Britton and Walker around midnight. In that second home, the family, everyone inside made it out safely, but their home was also destroyed by flames.
And residents of the Retreat apartment complex were forced to evacuate after a fire early this morning. We brought it to you as breaking news. Crews responded to that call near Northwest 50th in Ann Arbor. This was just after 3:30 this morning. We're speaking with Oklahoma City Fire right now to learn if anyone was injured and what may have sparked those flames.
And we want to remind you we are live right now on the News 9 YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments about the weather or stories, we've got about 125 people in the chat this morning. Go on there, subscribe. It lets you then leave a comment, and we'll read some of those later on. Here is the QR code. Scan that. It'll take you right there. And some folks saying, good, I love the rain that's headed our way.
I love hearing from folks that are also early risers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that understand when you're like, it's 7, I got to go to bed. You know what I mean? Like, those are the people that get it. They understand.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, a lot of questions about so happy to see rain. When is the rain coming? Megan, all questions for you in the Bob Mills Weather Center.
It is the talk of the town for sure, and for good reason. We have not had something like this in more than a good 5 weeks. It's honestly been since back in October since we have had a rain-making storm that will produce at least 1 to 2 inches of rain in many, many spots. So we're dry this morning through midday into the early to mid-afternoon here in Oklahoma City. Some of the data last night had thunderstorms in Oklahoma City by 5 to 6 o'clock, and it has slowed down some. So it's possible they're here as early as that time, but I think more than likely 7, 8 to 9 o'clock. Into the overnight, for a lot of you, it'll be the best night's sleep you've ever had or that you've had in months. And for others, especially with little kids, it'll be maybe one of the worst nights' sleep. It'll be noisy, heavy rain, frequent lightning, and we will have some hail, and that will be with us through the day tomorrow before the chances really start to wind down tomorrow afternoon and evening. But we are dry here as you hit the roadways on your Friday morning. There it is, our 100% chance for rain and storms. The moisture being pulled in from the south and west, and clouds will increase through the day today. Already moisture across portions of Arizona this morning with snow in some of the higher elevations. Showers also extending over into New Mexico. We do have mostly clear skies this morning. 48 is our temperature right now, 74% humidity. On the northern sides of the metro, western sides, El Reno, it's 43 degrees compared to 50 in Jones. You go up to Enid, it's 38 in Alva, and 42 out in Clinton. Our winds are pretty light. We have a boundary draped kind of across I-40 and into this evening and the overnight. There is a low severe weather risk. Talking winds 50 to 60 miles per hour, heavy rain, frequent lightning, and quarter to golf ball size hail. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Megan, thank you. 5:33 your time right now. A current inmate is now facing new murder charges in a deadly 2021 stabbing at a now closed Bricktown bar. Investigators say 2 men got into a fight with Taylor Johnson inside the Pink Parrot. That was back in May of 2021. Police say Johnson stabbed Conroy Williams to death, then stabbed the other victim in an alley as he was trying to leave. Recent evidence tied Johnson to the case. He's currently in prison in Hinton. He's now facing a murder complaint.
The Guthrie community is remembering a mother shot and killed by her husband in a murder-suicide. They held a vigil for her last night. The Logan County Sheriff's Office says Meredith and Mark Kamani were found dead inside their home Sunday night. Deputies say it appears Mark shot Meredith and then turned the gun on himself. Those who knew Meredith say she put a lot of work into her film career, but was even more devoted to her family and friends. People at last night's vigil want others to know there is help available.
If someone watching this is experiencing domestic violence, please reach out to your girlfriends. And if one of your friends doesn't believe you, reach out to a different friend or Palomar.
There is a GoFundMe to help Meredith's kids. If you'd like to help, we have a link to that right now at news9.com. If you are experiencing domestic violence, you can contact 1-800-522-SAFE. It's on your screen. It's 24 hours a day.
Oklahoma City Police right now are warning about a scam call that's asking about missing jury duty. And right now that call is making the rounds. Officers say scammers are calling people, telling them to pay a fine or they're going to be arrested. Police say never give your personal information or banking information to that caller. Also, don't send them money, especially gift cards or Bitcoin.
A large group of Oklahoma lawmakers is calling on the State Department of Education to step in after several student-led walkouts protesting ICE. Our Brianna Brown is live at the state capitol this morning with reaction from both lawmakers and the state education department. Brianna?
Lacey, yes, 14 of our state legislators sent a formal letter to State Superintendent Lyndall Fields urging action after a series of student-led walkouts against ICE at public schools across the state. Now, in that letter, lawmakers say that they're concerned about lack of attendance and disruption to learning. Now, they also say that they're suggesting teachers who promote or facilitate a walkout should face consequences, even possibly losing their certification.
Kids need to be in school. I don't care what the issue is. If they are walking out of school, it's wrong.
At the end of the day, their school districts and their parents can address if there's anything that was done inappropriately or if they broke rules.
An OSD spokesperson says they have been in contact with school leaders and each situation is being handled with a calm sense to ensure student safety. Now you can find that full statement from the State Department of Education and reaction from our lawmakers on our website, news9.com. Reporting at the Capitol, Brianna Brown for Oklahoma's Own News 9.
The State Department of Education also added that local school boards may adopt policies that regulate on-campus freedom of expression, and school districts may impose discipline or attendance punishments if students violate those policies.
Another bill moving forward would add new protections for minors featured in monetized online content like YouTube, Instagram, social media, things like that. The bill sets the framework for minors to receive payment for online appearances when they turn 18. It also allows those over 13 to request content they are featured in to be removed. The bill passed its first committee yesterday and will be heard by another before going to the House floor for a vote.
Governor Kevin Stitt is launching a tour of all 77 counties today. He's starting the 77 county tour in Woodward County this morning. He will speak at the Woodward Chamber of Commerce and tour the High Plains Technology Center. Governor Stitt will also highlight our state's economic growth, education achievements, and then more during the tour.
New this morning, MidFirst Bank is expanding its headquarters in Northwest Oklahoma City. It just bought a 250,000 square foot building on the campus of Expand Energy that was formerly Chesapeake campus, right near Western and Classen. MidFirst says this supports its long-term growth strategy and commitment to the home state. Expand just announced it's relocating its headquarters to Houston, Texas.
Well, it's a good use of those buildings.
Yeah.
Beautiful campus over there. So now MidFirst. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, you might as well use it, right?
Yeah,
it's a great
gorgeous
campus. Built it out. Yeah, absolutely. Let's turn now to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Megan Gold standing by with a look at your Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day. Megan?
There you go. You put both of them in there. It's good. Good job. Hey, Valentine's, Galentine's, all the things. It will be a very soggy Saturday for us across the state of Oklahoma. Much needed rain headed our way, and there is a severe risk. It is low, but in some of the stronger storms, we could see up to golf ball size hail, some very gusty winds, and frequent lightning. As we go into your Saturday morning, afternoon, it is down in southern Oklahoma. We'll talk more about when the rain moves out, how much rain do we see, and what does the timeline look like? It's coming up.
Also coming up, taking a live look on our Lucky Star Skycam network, our Integris Cam, Lake Hefner Parkway, Northwest Expressway. We're going to have a traffic report to get you started for your day. It's coming up right after this.
All right, it's Friday. We call it Fri-yay around here.
And there's a lot to celebrate.
Yeah.
Are we getting donuts this morning?
I don't know. You buy it?
Possibly.
I don't know. I
If you
think
throw it
that's on
out there, it
anybody.
might happen.
Yeah, some nice gluten-free,
show up.
carb-free donuts.
No, that's
the
fine.
air. You can swallow some air. That's my gift.
Moving on again. Hey, it's all about the weather, of course. We made it to the end of the week. Most of today is great, but we had the chance to break records with how much rain we are forecasting for this weekend. So far this month, zero, zilch, none, no rain. And our last good rainmaker where we had more than an inch of rain was back in October. So this is a big deal for us. Normal February rainfall is just under an inch and a half, and I think there's a chance that we pick up even more than that, and even a chance to break rainfall records. So today's rainfall record is 0.86 inches back in 2017. Tomorrow's record rainfall is 0.89, and I think if we were going to break one of the two of those, that would be tomorrow. So let me show you just one particular data set. Some data says we get much more than this in the metro, but if we pick up an inch and a half, that would be unbelievable. From down to the southwest, through the metro, and then up into northeastern Oklahoma. When you look at the statewide view, the lower totals are going to be up in the northwest. I think Woodward, Alva, hopefully you'll pick up a little bit more than this, but much, much lower totals out in the Panhandle. And then down in southern Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma, maybe a bullseye there. Some data says you don't pick up quite that much. So regardless, it's going to be the I-44 corridor where 1 to 2 to even 3 inches of rain will be possible. And remember, it's very inconsistent. It all depends on where those stronger storms set up. We've been tracking this storm now for thousands of miles before it had even developed, and it is now down to our southwest, still more than 1,000 miles away, and it is very quickly going to be coming onto the coast of Baja California. So let me walk you through future next gen. This morning we're dry, lunchtime we're dry. This afternoon there's a slight chance for a few showers up across the north and the east, but the main show arrives later this evening. Yesterday, the data was saying by 5 to 6 o'clock, we could have thunderstorms here in Oklahoma City. This morning, the latest data has kind of backed things up some, and it's a little slower. So just to err on the side of caution, I think it's possible that we have thunderstorms by 6 to 7 here in OKC, but this data says by 8 to 9 o'clock down in the southwest, moving into the metro, up into northern Oklahoma, and these will be some stronger storms producing hail to the size of quarters, even up to golf balls, heavy rain, frequent lightning, and it just continues to become more widespread through the overnight into your Saturday morning. There's lunchtime. The widespread rain continues, and then the heaviest rain pushes off into eastern Oklahoma with a few additional thunderstorms developing down along a boundary in southern Oklahoma, with even a few showers remaining as we go to the overnight Saturday and into Sunday. So some data says it clears out much earlier, but regardless, I think it's here at least until about dinner time on your Saturday. We've lost our camera there, but our temperatures are running in the 40s here in the metro, a few spots in the 50s like Hera to Choctaw, 41 in Midwest City. It's 48 in Guthrie and 41 in Kingfisher, down to Piedmont, 36 in Alva, 42 in Camargo, and 38 out in Elk City. So our winds at about 5 to 15 miles per hour this afternoon. Again, a slight chance up in the north. Really great temperature wise. You'll notice the clouds increasing through the day, mid to upper 60s for our temperatures. 74 in Oklahoma City, warmer down to the south with a south-southeast breeze. This evening, thunderstorms take off in the southwest, moving up to the north and to the east. Will stay mostly dry down to the south and east, and again, a chance for a few of those storms to become strong to severe. Tonight, we'll have overcast skies. The rain and storms continue, some wind, some hail, and a nearly 100% chance for rain and storms statewide. We do have additional severe risks tomorrow morning through the afternoon. Jed will be here covering that for you with some quarter-size hail possible down across southern Oklahoma as the cold front pushes through. Winds will be pretty gusty and temperatures in the upper 60s and the low or upper 60s or upper 50s and the upper 60s here in Oklahoma City. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll start to dry it out in the west, still holding on to a 100% chance from Oklahoma City off to the east, and it is out of here for your Sunday. A few clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon, and we're back to the 70s on Monday, guys. Back over to you.
Megan, thank you. Your time right now, 5:48. Let's get a check of your morning drive. Taking a live look from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. He is out on I-235, looking northbound right there at the Dallas Junction. You can see the Oklahoma City Boulevard exit. Traffic certainly picking up. A lot of taillights you're seeing in your shot. But the good news is no major crashes that are going to slow you down on major interstates this morning. So buckle up and drive safely. We'll have another check coming up.
Still ahead, helping people get a fresh start. How a program here in the Metro is connecting former inmates and those impacted by the legal system with employers who are ready to hire. It's next in this morning's Something Good.
Welcome back. We are streaming live on our YouTube stream, and we asked you to come and join the chat. Here's what you said. Melissa, well, she's talking to me. She says, today is their 17th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary, Melissa.
Anniversary.
She also says they got married on Friday the 13th. Best day ever.
Because we were talking about it's Friday the 13th, and you said, oh no, and she said, actually, that's my wedding anniversary.
Is your husband's name Jason? No, congratulations, Melissa.
Oh, I
Your
love
husband's
that.
so
Oh, congrats, Melissa. Okay, Corey this morning says, yo, my favorite morning people. Happy Friday. I wake up with y'all every morning.
Hey, yo, to you
did I
too,
get Did I get the tone right?
Yo,
my
perfect.
people. All right.
How about Lisa? She says, so glad I can watch on YouTube since I travel all over the States.
Oh, that's so
We're
fun.
glad that you're with us, Lisa.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wherever you are this morning.
Hope you're somewhere fun.
You know
and
what's
dry.
so helpful is when the weather is bad or power goes out, you can still get it right there on your phone. So that's why we're streaming, making sure we're coming to you wherever you are.
Exactly. I can't get like cell service inside my storm shelter, but I can still get the Wi-Fi. So that's what I watch it on is YouTube. With, like
Nice.
David Payne's weather coverage during
Yeah.
tornado season. That's what we do.
We're streaming for you. There you go.
Hey, well, today's going to be beautiful up until storms hit. So really good to go until about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And temperatures are going to warm until we're in the upper 60s. We'll have a few low 60s to the north, but 74 here in Oklahoma City, a southeast breeze. And you'll notice the increasing clouds through the day today. There's our storm. It is more than 1,000 miles away. That area of spin, that is your 100% chance for rain and storms. So again, through this morning, through midday, good to go. A 40% chance at 6 o'clock. There's a chance that it doesn't move in until about 7, 8 to 9 o'clock. And then overnight tonight into your Saturday morning through midday, things will finally start to wind down through the day Saturday afternoon. But we're kind of in it to win it all day long Saturday, and your Sunday is totally dry. There is a severe risk for later this evening into the overnight and down in southern Oklahoma tomorrow. We'll talk more about it coming up.
There you go. I like Colby said, he said it's going to start raining tonight. I'm getting in bed early.
That's right. Yes.
There you go. It's a great idea. And now for something good to start your day. An organization in the metro is helping people as they get out of prison or out of the legal system. They do this in several ways, including a big job fair next week. Our Mike Glover has the details, and this morning, something good.
At Diversion Hub, they are all about providing resources for those involved in the criminal legal system. And on Wednesday, those resources will be expanded to anyone needing employment.
We basically just help individuals get in touch with life-stabilizing resources.
And a big part of that process is employment. So on Wednesday, they will host a job fair.
It is for everyone, people with disabilities, people who've been impacted by the legal system, people who are elderly, people who are veterans.
The event is a collaborative effort with Oklahoma's Workforce Board.
If you're looking for employment, this is the place to be, February 18th. 9 to 2, Metro Tech.
Staff will be on hand to assist with filling out applications and resumes, and close to 20 employers will be available with jobs on the spot.
Job fairs are for you to ask the questions to employers and for employers to put a face to an application.
And to make sure that they put their best foot forward, participants can get styled for success.
We're giving free haircuts and free professional attire to all of our clients, preparing them for the job fair the following day.
The clients are super excited. They're modeling for us in the lobby. They have big smiles on their faces after the haircuts.
Styled for Success will happen Tuesday before the event from 9 to 3 at Diversion Hub. Everything carefully planned out to create an atmosphere for success.
We play music, there's going to be some door prizes, and just have a great time while you're looking for employment.
It's really rewarding to just kind of be able to give those people their second, third, maybe fourth chance and show them that they do matter.
Providing hope of employment for those that really need it. That is something good. I'm Mike Glover for Oklahoma's Own.
Great story there, Mike. Still ahead, the last wall comes down in the old Cox Convention Center. How about that? We have a live look at what it looks like today and when construction on that new billion-dollar arena starts right after the break.
Right now at 6 o'clock, state lawmakers want Oklahoma's education leaders to act over student walkouts across the country. I'm Lacey Lowry. Coming up, why they say the ICE protests could harm schools.
And Oklahoma lawmakers are pushing to teach students about gun safety in schools. I'm Colby Thielen. We'll show you what those lessons might look like. And Megan.
We are in for a very soggy overnight tonight into your Saturday, and that does come with a low severe weather risk, talking hail up to the size of golf balls. When does that happen? And what is the latest on the rain timeline? How much rain do we see? I've got all the details coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
6 o'clock, good morning, Oklahoma. It's Friday. We call it Fri-yay around here. Made it to the end of the week.
We are here. And guess what? We're also streaming right now live on our News 9 YouTube channel. We want to remind you, you can scan that QR code. That'll take you right to the link. You can subscribe, leave any questions or comments in the live chat. We had some fun with those right about 10 minutes ago here at the end of the 5 o'clock. So we'll get to them throughout the show. I know so many people have questions about the Valentine's Day weekend. What are their plans going to be looking like? What are the chances for rain? All of those.
Yeah, sounds like 100% for rain. Let's get over to Megan. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. We need the rain.
We need the rain so bad, guys. This is such a good thing for us. I want to go ahead and show you potential rainfall amounts as we go through the overnight tonight into your Saturday. There will be spots that pick up 1 to 2 to even 3 inches on the higher side of rain. And it's really going to be the I-44 corridor that wins out on this deal. Such a good rain for Oklahoma. We have not had a rain like this in really more than about 3 to 4 months since back into October. The area of spin that we have been watching now and really watching before ever was had developed is still more than 1,000 miles away, about to come onto the coast of Baja California, and that will drive our rain and thunderstorm chances. There are already showers and a few thunderstorms with snow in the higher elevations of Arizona, breaking out ahead of it in New Mexico, and we are totally dry here on your Friday morning. Few clouds out there, but overall the skies are clear. 48 is our temperature right now, feeling like 45. Winds are light. A little colder on the northern sides of the metro. It is 48 in Guthrie, 37 in Sealing, 42 in Weatherford, and 48 in Purcell. Byers, you are 53 degrees right now and 51 in Minco and Midwest City, 39 in Ponca City, and 37 in Alva. The winds are lighter across the north. They're light to breezy here in the metro. And later this evening, as thunderstorms develop, there will be enough instability in the boundary in place for a few strong to severe storms to develop. Winds 50 to 60 miles per hour, heavy rain, lightning, and even hail up to the size of golf balls. We'll talk more about it coming up here in Big Weather.
Overnight, firefighters put out a fire at a house under construction, but the flames also spread to the home next door. Crews say the fire completely covered the house under construction at Britton and Walker around midnight. In the second house, fire officials tell us everyone inside made it out safely, but the fire damaged 60% of that house as well. The cause of those flames is under investigation. Firefighters also responding to an apartment fire early this morning near Northwest 50th and MacArthur. Residents at the Retreat at Lakeside Apartments were evacuated and standing around watching firefighters at about 4 o'clock this morning. We are checking, asking if anyone was injured. We will keep you posted.
Oklahoma students continue to walk out of their classes, all in protest of immigration and customs enforcement. Our Mason Dunn and Bob Mills Sky News 9 flew over Putnam City North yesterday, one of many of these protests happening this week. In Tulsa, in fact, students at Union High School also walked out yesterday. But because of those walkouts, some state lawmakers are asking Oklahoma education leaders to take action.
The state lawmakers say they're worried about student attendance and potential misconduct from teachers. Our Brianna Brown has reaction to that request.
14 of our state legislators sent a formal letter to State Superintendent Lindell Fields urging action after a series of student-led walkouts against ICE at public schools across the state. Now, in that letter, lawmakers say they're concerned about attendance and disruption to learning. The letter suggests teachers who promote or facilitate a walkout should face consequences, even possibly losing their certification.
Kids need to be in school. I don't care what the issue is. If they are walking out of school, it's wrong.
At the end of the day, their school districts and their parents can address if there's anything that was done inappropriately or if they broke rules.
An OSD spokesperson says they have been in contact with school leaders and each situation is being handled with a calm sense to ensure student safety. Now you can find that full statement from the Oklahoma State Department of Education and reaction from our state lawmakers on our website, news9.com. Reporting at the Capitol, Brianna Brown for Oklahoma's Own News 9.
The state education department also says local school boards can adopt policies that regulate freedom of expression on campus and issue any discipline for violations of those policies.
I'm still just hurt and tormented by this. I was tormented again today. Even on his deathbed, he still smiled. So there's no remorse about this.
That's Glenn Palmer's sister, who says that she's still tormented by her brother's killer. That killer was executed by lethal injection yesterday. Talking about Kendrick Simpson, who was sentenced to death for killing Glenn and Anthony Jones after a fight at a Metro nightclub back in 2006. Both the victims' families say they were upset because they didn't hear any remorse during Simpson's final words. And former death row inmate Richard Glossip was back in court yesterday asking a judge to release him on bond. He was convicted for his part in the murder of Barry Van Treese in 1997. The U.S. Supreme Court, though, stepped in and overturned that conviction last year. Glossip's attorneys say that he doesn't have a passport or an ID and would live with his wife under home confinement and GPS monitoring. Prosecutors, that is, believe that a third jury would convict him. He's already been convicted twice. The judge says that she wants to review this case before deciding on bond. Glossip's next court date, April 10th.
A Metro man who pleaded guilty to the deadly shootout inside the Whiskey Barrel Saloon in Oklahoma City will be sentenced today. Shane Overby was one of more than a dozen people charged in that 2023 shooting that killed 3 people. He actually pleaded guilty back in December. Now today, Overby's sentencing is set for 2 p.m. We'll let you know what happens in court. Your time now 6:07, and a quick check of your morning traffic. Here's a live look from our news tracker, Lex Stanfield. He's on I-40 looking westbound right at Shields. So this is south of downtown Oklahoma City. Traffic is starting to pick up on a Friday. I don't think we have any crashes there on I-40, so that's always a good thing as well. And looking at the Broadway extension from our Lucky Star Skycam network, some drivers heading into work this morning. You can see the tail lights. No major things to report on the roads. We'll check again in the next 10 minutes.
Well, it stood for a long time, but finally there it goes. The very last wall of the Old Cox Convention Center. Our Bob Mills Sky News 9 above as crews cleared the very last part of the building to make way for that new $1 billion Thunder Arena.
Officials say the historic building will live on through other city projects.
Most of the beams, the big pieces of metal, are being recycled, reused, or recycled. Some of the rebar that they can get out of there is being recycled. And some of the concrete is being crushed and reused either in road construction or some various way.
And here's a look this morning, a live look from our Bob Mills Arena cam. All the walls are down, now just debris piles, and they are furiously picking those up because construction on the new Thunder Arena is set to start in April.
It looks so different.
I know.
Even driving, if you're coming down Robinson and you get there to Sheridan, it just looks bizarre.
I know. There used to be this big, imposing building, and now we can look all the way across and see the Paycom Center, which is just weird.
I see Bricktown.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You can see the water tower in Bricktown.
And in like 2 or 3 years, a huge new arena we will be looking at.
That's wild. Can't wait. Hey, it's clear right now, just like the site, right, Megan? Clear right now, but rain on the way.
There you go. Big time rain on the way, guys. This could be record-breaking rain for us. We need it so badly, and most of Oklahoma will get significant rainfall amounts. We could even have some localized flooding from that, and overall the severe risk is low, but possible to have quarter and even golf ball size hail in some of the stronger storms. Here's your forecast for the morning. We'll have clouds increasing through the day today. Temperatures are very mild out the door, and this afternoon we're going to warm it to a high temperature of 74 degrees. There's your storm zone for later this evening into the overnight. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Still to come, an award-winning chef here in the Metro takes us inside his newest restaurant. It's called Douglas, the inspiration behind Chef Andrew Black's latest concept, coming up.
But first, disagreements over immigration and customs enforcement reforms could send the government into another shutdown. That and your other top national stories coming up. All right, time for the bus stop forecast. Kids heading out today don't need to take the rain gear.
Yeah.
It'll probably be after they get home from school, which is when it starts, but should be a nice day. It's been a nice week.
Yeah, celebrate the weather while you can today.
Exactly. Get outdoors tomorrow, not an outside day by any means. Sunday will be beautiful though. So for families that want to get out, you can do that on Sunday, and next week's looking great as well. But of course, it's all about the rain. But as Colby mentioned for the bus stop this morning, no rain gear is needed. Temperatures are very comfortable out the door, and we will have increasing clouds. Of course, it says a 20% chance, but there is no 20% chance there at 11. As we head into the later afternoon and evening hours, we'll start to bump chances up some just a little bit. I do want to go ahead and talk about the past 9 days. It's been beautiful. Temperatures this week. I had somebody say to me, where is winter? And that's been the big question. Other than our big winter storm, it has been anything but winter-like, with temperatures running in the upper 60s, the low 70s. Monday was our big warm-up of 81 degrees. We had a front come through. We cooled it back off some. Our 58 heat on Wednesday was still about 6 to 7 degrees above normal for this time of year. And then yesterday, it was a 73, a great day yesterday. The number of days since a 1/4 inch of rain. Now, it's important to remember that with the snow that we got, the liquid equivalent to that did technically give us a 1/4 inch of water. But since we've had a good rain, it was back on January 8th. There's areas up across northern Oklahoma, Alva, back into the Panhandle, that it has been nearly 3 months, back into October. So this is such a big deal for us. I think we're going to potentially break records with how much rain we get. This is on average our second driest month of the entire year, and we don't typically get big rains like this, a springtime like rain. Right now, it's very quiet across the plains out to the southwest. There's already moisture increasing out ahead of that big rainmaker, that area of spin that we have been tracking well before it ever developed. And there it is, that piece of energy coming onto the coast, and it is still more than 1,000 miles away. But that is what is going to drive your moisture for tonight into tomorrow, and then it'll be out of here by Sunday. So there's snow in the higher elevations of Arizona. There's showers across the area over into New Mexico. And just to go ahead and jump in and show you how much rain we're expecting, and there's so many data sets we could show you. Some show a lot more than this, some show us a lot less, but it's continued to increase here in the past couple of days, which is good news for us. And it has continued to really hone in on one particular area, and that is the I-44 corridor from southwestern Oklahoma through the metro. I think the metro sees kind of the heart of our rain and storms, and then up into northeastern Oklahoma. So there will be spots 1 to 2 inches of rain here in Oklahoma City, and then back into western, northwestern Oklahoma, anywhere from 3/4 inch to about 1 inch of rain. Regardless, it'll be a statewide rain, 77 counties for us. Here's the live look from our Lucky Star Skycam network. Our downtown view, 48 is our temperature right now, and it feels like 45. It's super comfortable here in the metro, but you go up to Sealing, it's 35 degrees, 43 in Weatherford, and 45 in Hobart, 48 in Pauls Valley, and Seminole, you're 43 degrees right now. It's a little cooler to the north of I-40 where the winds are lighter. We've got some drier air in place from Oklahoma City south, winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And this afternoon, before the rain and storms arrive, it's beautiful. Temperatures a little cooler up to the north where there's a boundary, but even then, a great day. Mid to upper 60s, 74 in Oklahoma City, and upper 70s down to the south. Now this evening, as storms develop in the southwest, some of these storms are going to be capable of producing some hail, 1/4 to even golf ball size hail in some of the stronger storms. Not everybody sees the hail, but there is that threat. So let me walk you through future next gen. Later this evening, a few storms develop up across the north. There are your storms in the southwest, and these are going to spread up to the north and to the east through the metro up into northern Oklahoma, and it just becomes more widespread into the overnight. Now tomorrow morning, the threat is down across southern Oklahoma where there's a little more instability, and same deal. We'll watch for very heavy rain, lots of lightning, and even some 1/4 size hail, maybe golf ball size hail, but more than likely just 1/4s at that point. And it is out of here. So this afternoon, a 20% chance for a few showers across the north. This evening, I think storms arrive in the metro 7, 8 to 9 o'clock from the southwest up to the north and to the east, and it's a 100% chance overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Severe risk down to the south. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, it starts to end in the west, but we'll still carry chances with us through the day. And your highs tomorrow, still a great day as the cold front pushes through. On Sunday, 65 degrees. We're dry, back to the 70s. On Monday, guys, back over to you.
Your time now, 6:18. Some top national stories for you this morning. We will start in Arizona. Authorities there releasing a more detailed description about the masked figure standing on Nancy Guthrie's doorstep the night she was taken. The FBI now says the suspect is a male, about 5'9" or 5'10", with an average build. The FBI also doubling now its reward for information to $100,000.
U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan says the federal immigration surge in Minnesota will come to an end. ICE launched their operations back in December. It's resulted in the deaths of 2 U.S. citizens, 4,000 arrests, and mass protests. Homan says their efforts have made Minnesota, quote, less of a sanctuary state for criminals.
And taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol this morning, the government is at risk of partially shutting down again early Saturday morning. The Senate failed to advance a measure to fund the Department of Homeland Security through September. Democrats say that funding is completely dependent on ICE reforms.
6:19 your time right now. Let's see how we're doing on our morning drive. Taking a live look from our news trackers. They are out keeping an eye on the road. That's what you're seeing there on the left side of your screen. No major incidents or crashes to report right now. In fact, your drive times here on the right looking really good. They're all in the green. That means about standard time to get where you need to go. We'll have another check of traffic in about 15 minutes.
And still to come, I'll take you inside the newest restaurant set to open in the Metro. The inspiration behind Chef Andrew Black's newest endeavor. It's called Douglas. I'll show you next.
Welcome back. One of Oklahoma City's best known chefs is launching a brand new restaurant in just a few days.
And this concept is very personal for Chef Andrew Black. He shared the story with me. Here's the first look inside. This Saturday, the newest restaurant from James Beard award-winning chef Andrew Black welcomes its first visitors, and today we got a sneak peek inside Douglas. This restaurant pays homage to Chef Black's Caribbean heritage and recipes he used to cook with his grandmother in Jamaica. He describes the new menu as Indo-Caribbean, a mix of all the beautiful cultures represented in the islands. What are some of the things you have to try? Kind of walk me through a few of those.
You have to try the callaloo dip. I know callaloo is kind of It can be compared almost to spinach, but it's not spinach. It's a very unique taste. You have to try that. You have to try the goat ribs. Tamarind glazed goat ribs. It is served with a mint chutney and pickled onions and
Douglas opened up where Black Walnut used to be. So same building, new concept. The attached Douglas Lounge will open at a later date. And coming up in about 2 weeks from today, I'll take you inside the kitchen here at Douglas for my flavor of Oklahoma. So neat. Douglas, he said, was actually a bad term for mixed culture in the islands, and now they've reclaimed that term and they celebrate it. And so he said, I wanted to call my restaurant Douglas.
I love how he was just like, I've always wanted to do this.
Yes.
Let's go for it right now.
Yeah, he fought it forever, and now he's like, I'm going back to my roots. So,
Megan, when a James Beard Award winner tells you to try the goat ribs, you try the goat ribs.
You do it. No
Yes.
questions
they're
asked.
fabulous, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait to try it. That sounds amazing. So jealous you got a sneak peek. That is so fun. All right,
here we go. Let's talk about weather. Yeah.
Out the door this morning, we have mostly clear skies, a few clouds overhead. You'll notice the clouds building in through the day today. Here's the live look off on the eastern horizon, starting to see a few colors there as we wait on the sunrise here in about an hour. 48 is our temperature, and it feels like 45. Your outdoor forecast here, we warmed to the 70s this afternoon. Again, you'll notice the cloud cover. We're dry through the day until later this evening when thunderstorm chances ramp up. There is a low severe weather risk. We will talk all about it coming up here in just a little bit.
Megan, thank you. Coming up, keeping students safe in school, the new bill that hopes to teach children about gun safety, how they plan to do it, and reaction to the proposal at 6:30.
watching Oklahoma's own News 9 This Morning.
Your headlines right now at 6:30. 14 state lawmakers are asking the state education department to take action as students continue to walk out of classrooms in protest of immigration and customs enforcement. They say they're worried about student attendance and say teachers who promote the protest should face consequences. State education leaders say they are working with school leaders to ensure student safety.
Oklahoma executes death row inmate Kendrick Simpson, marking the state's first execution of the year. He died by lethal injection yesterday for killing Glenn Palmer and Anthony Jones after a fight at a Metro nightclub back in 2006. The victims' families say they were upset because they didn't hear any remorse during Simpson's final words.
And overnight, firefighters put out a house on fire. It was under construction as well. It spread to the house right next to it. Crews say that fire completely engulfed the house under construction. This was right near Britton and Walker around midnight. Crews say everyone in that second house that caught on fire was able to get out safely, but the fire damaged about 60% of their home. We do say good morning and want to remind you that we are live right now on News 9's YouTube channels. Just scan this QR code right here on the screen. It'll take you there. You can subscribe, leave your comments, leave your questions in that live chat. We'll get to them throughout the show.
It's Friday. We call it Fri-yay around here. You got some good weather for most of the day, too, before that rain sets in.
But then when it sets in, it's not leaving for a while. Let's talk to Megan Gold about how long it's going to stick around. Hey, Megan.
Hey, guys. It will be here overnight tonight into your Saturday. And if we can take Links 1 control room, that would be awesome. I want to show you rainfall amounts starting tonight and into your Saturday. There are many spots that could see 1 to 2 to even 3 inches of rain on the higher side. This could be a record-breaking rain for us. But the good news, as you all mentioned, most of today looks really, really good. We are dry. Some of the data last night was saying we had thunderstorms in the metro as early as 5 to 6 o'clock. Latest data coming in this morning says more than likely it's 7, 8 to 9 o'clock, which means if you have evening plans, you may be good to go. But into the overnight, your Saturday morning through midday, into the afternoon, it is soggy. We're socked in with the clouds, the rain, and the storms. Here's the live look from our Lucky Stars Skycam network. We're getting some color there on the eastern horizon. 48 is our temperature. Watching for those clouds to start building in. A few overhead, but still mostly clear right now. It's 45 in Wellston, 40 now in Piedmont, 48 in Moore, down to Norman, 50 in Minco, and 48 in El Reno. The winds are lighter. There's some drier air up to the north, so temperatures are a little colder. Grab the coat as you head out. Otherwise, winds at about 5 to 15. We'll have winds that are breezy through the day today, but not windy by any means. And temperatures are going to warm up really nicely before this storm hits. There it is, the area of spin just off the coast of Baja California. It's more than 1,000 miles away, but that is your 100% chance for rain and storms and even some severe weather as we go into this evening and the overnight. A few strong to severe storms possible up to golf ball size hail. Not everybody sees that, but we could see it. The strongest storms. We'll talk more about it coming up here in a few minutes.
Megan, thank you. It is 6:33 your time right now. Let's take a look at our traffic maps this morning. Here's the good news. Everything is in the green, which means it's going to be pretty much your normal times getting where you need to go out the door on this Friday the 13th. But one area we want to show you, it is causing some headaches where you see that little construction cone. That's right there on I-44, right near the Will Rogers International Airport, Southwest 74th. That's that area of construction. We always see a slowdown there in the morning, especially now with the construction. So the good news, no major crashes to report, but if you are headed north by the airport, pack your patience as you probably are going to have a little bit of a delay.
And she was a friend to people when they desperately needed one, whether she had known him for 5 minutes or 5 years.
The community is remembering a Guthrie woman who was shot and killed by her husband in a murder-suicide. Loved ones showing up in purple last night at a vigil in honor of Meredith Kamani. She was just a month away from turning 50.
The way I'm choosing to honor Meredith's legacy is to continue to promote mental health awareness and mental health resources in the state of Oklahoma and beyond.
She was loved by so many. Meredith leaves behind 4 kids, including one with special needs. We have a link to a GoFundMe supporting them at news9.com.
Taking a live look right now on our Lucky Star Skycam network at the state capitol. And a bill moving through the state capitol could require kids to learn about firearm safety in school. This curriculum, though, must be age appropriate and be developed by the State Department of Education and CLEAT. News 9's Matt McCabe has the latest.
House Bill 3312 from Republican State Representative Ryan Eves of Atoka could bring a new subject to schools next year. Key parts of the proposed bill include language that prohibits the use of live fire, live ammunition, or live firearms during lessons, and that all the lessons must be viewpoint neutral on heated political topics about guns. Zach Womack owns Silverleaf Shotgun Sports, and when he was in school was also a member of Team USA.
The problem is when someone's not educated about it and they start touching it, it's a safety issue.
Democratic State Representative Jacob Rosecrans of Norman, also a former educator, is on the Common Education Committee that heard the bill this week.
I would be for something like this if it wasn't a mandate. Because I think just telling every district to do this is just a bad idea.
I still think they need to be educated on how to be around a firearm. So if they do come in contact with one, they may not agree with firearms, but they know how to safely be around one.
There's a big part of me that believes that, yes, I think kids definitely should know just how dangerous, firearms can be. They're firearms. We're talking about dangerous weapons, and so, again, I'm not quite sure the school is the arena for this.
The bill's language says individual schools can decide best how to incorporate the lessons into various classes. In Oklahoma City, Matt McCabe, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
The committee did add a recommendation to the original bill to allow parents to opt in or out for their kids in that curriculum. The bill now heads to the Oversight Committee, and then the full House will be following. Another bill that passed out of committee would better protect children featured in monetized online content. This bill would require adult content creators to pay minors who are in their content. So that money must go into a trust that children can access when they turn 18. Those 13 or older can also request to remove any online content that features them.
2 more poultry companies agree to settle a pollution lawsuit filed by the state of Oklahoma 20 years ago. Oklahoma sued several chicken companies for polluting the Illinois River watershed with chicken waste. Tyson Foods will pay $19 million and Cargill will pay $6.5 million. Both companies also agree to pay for cleanup and drop their appeals. In return, Oklahoma will release all claims against the companies.
If you're a SNAP benefits recipient, here's a reminder, new restrictions on what you can buy with those SNAP benefits start this weekend. Starting on Sunday, Oklahoma SNAP recipients won't be able to use EBT cards to buy candy or soda. That includes things like chocolate, chewing gum, energy drinks, and flavored waters. State officials say the changes are meant to improve public health.
Your time now, 6:38. Get outside and enjoy the weather today.
Enjoy it while you can. We desperately need the rain, but it makes for a little bit of a wet
washout.
Yes, this Valentine's Day, that date that's going to be sticking around a long time, the rain. Let's turn to Megan Gold. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Megan?
Hey guys, today a really great day until the storms arrive later, and honestly it's looking like 7, 8, 9 o'clock for here in the metro, a little earlier down in southwestern Oklahoma, which means if you have early dinner plans you're good to go, but if you've got later dinner reservations tonight you'll definitely want to pack the rain gear. So we'll call it a 40% chance for 6 o'clock and then a 100% chance overnight tonight all the way through your Saturday. What about the severe risk? There is one. We'll talk about it coming up.
Also coming up, a homicide unsolved for nearly 5 years in Oklahoma City now has a major break in the case. We're going to show you the new arrest investigators made coming up right after this.
Okay, 6:42 on your Friday. Gosh, we need the rain. It's just going to be a washout tomorrow, though.
It will be.
Yeah.
And I think the chance for even storms might catch the folks off guard because it's just been a long time since we've had any rain. Overnight tonight, it may be pretty noisy. So if you've got kids that maybe come climb in bed with you when it's noisy, they may not love it. These will be some strong storms.
And you send them back.
Send them packing.
You lock the door.
Oh, sorry, buddy. You'll be okay. Now go back to your bed.
Oh, not me. I was like, Mommy, I need you. Hey, I do want to show the sunrise this morning because we probably won't have much of one tomorrow morning. It's absolutely gorgeous, the sunrise here in, maybe we don't have it. If not, we'll talk about the Super.
I can't wait when you pop it up, though.
I'm excited once you see it.
Mass applause as soon as we see that sunrise.
Everyone on YouTube better hype it up. Hey,
Hey!
I love it. This is the best part of my day when the sun comes up. And do you guys have my mic? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay, maybe my IFB died. That's okay. Across the metro right now, we're watching the gorgeous sunrise. A few clouds overhead, and the clouds are really going to build in as we go through the day today. So you'll notice by this later this morning, partly cloudy. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, and at some point we will be fully overcast into your Saturday, socked in with the clouds, and then the sunshine does return on Sunday. So if you're trying to make your weekend plans, I would tell you Sunday, you're good to go. Looks amazing. We're going to be back to the 70s on Monday, and even with all the rain, we will be talking about fire danger potential because our winds are going to crank up. That's down the road. I'll show you that here on the 9-day in just a second, but back to what's happening starting later this evening into the overnight and your Saturday. We're going to have some thunderstorms, and there's not a whole lot of instability, but there's enough along with a boundary that we're going to watch for some of these storms to produce very heavy rain, some winds 50 to 60 miles per hour, maybe 70 miles per hour on the higher end. Some quarter to even golf ball size hail in some of the stronger storms, but that does not mean that every storm will produce big hail. So we'll watch that very closely. That includes kind of the western sides of the Oklahoma City metro, and really it just depends where those storms set up. Tomorrow morning into the afternoon, that shifts down to southern Oklahoma, and same deal, it'll mainly be a quarter size hail threat, heavy rain. We have had no rain month to date so far. On average for February, second driest month of the year, we have just under 1.5 inches of rain. And with how much rain we have headed our way, I know if you're a farmer or rancher, your land, you need the rain, and there is the chance to break records with the rainfall. It all depends on when the heaviest rain falls, and I don't think we break the record today because between about 7, 8 o'clock and midnight tonight, I don't think we're going to get that much rain. Now tomorrow, absolutely, I think we break that record. So big time rain headed our way. And when we talk about where the heaviest rain sets up, more than likely it's going to be along the I-44 corridor. So from southwestern Oklahoma up through the metro and off into northeastern Oklahoma. And data continues to just kind of shift around these bullseyes. All different data will tell you different things, but I think at least 1.5 inches plus in Oklahoma City. We may even have some 2 to 3 inch bullseyes off on the eastern sides. And a lot of data has been consistent with the higher totals often in northeastern Oklahoma. Much lower totals up to the north and to the east, but regardless, everybody sees rain, and we're excited about it because we need it. Here's the live look from our Lucky Star Skycam network. That's Blanchard camera. Good morning to those of you in Blanchard. It is 48 degrees right now, feeling like 45. Super comfortable outside, but it is colder in spots like Kingfisher and Enid. Sealing, you're 37, 39 in Clinton, 45 in Hobart, and 44 in Apache. Down in southern Oklahoma, we've got temperatures in the low 50s, and our winds are a little breezier out of the southeast down in southern Oklahoma. We've got a north wind up to the north. This afternoon, before the storms arrive later this evening, it's beautiful. Temperatures mid to upper 60s in the north, 70s from I-40 down to the south. We'll have some upper 70s down to the south with those clouds increasing as the day progresses. There's a slight chance for a few showers up across the north and east later this afternoon, and then by 6, 7 to 8 o'clock, we'll watch for thunderstorms to take off across the north and back down to the south and west. So they're going to start down near Altus and Hobart, and these are going to be your hail hail producing storms, and these are going to ride up to the north and to the east. So more than likely through the Oklahoma City metro, up to Guthrie, to Enid, to Medford, to Ponca City, and it just becomes more widespread as we go through the overnight through your Saturday morning. Here's midday tomorrow with maybe the heaviest rain pushing off into eastern Oklahoma, with additional showers and a few thunderstorms redeveloping down across the west as the storm kind of pivots out of here. So some of the latest data says that we hold on to some rain and storms in the state through about midnight on Sunday morning. Other data says we dry it out late tomorrow afternoon and evening. So we'll see. This afternoon, a 20 to 30% chance across the north for a shower. So that means Oklahoma City, we are dry through most of your Friday. You don't need the rain gear if you're headed out. Now this evening, again, thunderstorms taking off in the southwest first, a 100% chance riding up to the north and to the east, mostly dry down to the southwest until overnight. And then there comes your widespread rain and thunderstorm chance, a 100% chance for your Saturday afternoon and evening. We dry it out in the west first, and everything will kind of push eastward from there. Temperatures tomorrow as a cold front comes through will be in the low to mid to upper 50s to the north and 60s down to the south. Temperature wise, not a bad day at all. There's your Sunday, 65 degrees. The sunshine is back. Monday is President's Day. Notice our winds on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and definitely on Thursday with gusts to 40 miles per hour. We will have fire danger that is kind of cranking up even with that rain. So we'll watch that very closely. Thankfully, the rain really going to help us out and put a dent in the drought. But regardless, guys, this is a big time rain headed our way.
A Metro double stabbing case that went cold 4 years ago is now solved.
The stabbing at a now closed Bricktown bar took the life of one person, injured another. Lisa Monahan's been working on this. Lisa, how did investigators crack this cold case?
Well, Lacey Colby, a new lead in the 2021 unsolved murder at the Pink Parrot Bar in Bricktown actually led Oklahoma City police behind bars to a suspect with a long criminal history. Now, police say 27-year-old Taylor Johnson attacked 2 men at the bar in 2021. He was arrested for violent crimes before the murder and twice since then. But investigators say Johnson's violent streak really escalated around 1 a.m. May 24th, 2021. That's when 2 men from Florida got into a fight with Johnson inside the Pink Parrot. Investigators say Johnson stabbed and killed one of them, 22-year-old Conroy Williams. The other victim tried to leave the bar but was stabbed in the nearby alley. Investigators did not say exactly what led them to Taylor Johnson, but they did find him serving time at the Great Plains Correctional Center in Hinton. He was serving time for domestic abuse, eluding police, drug possession, and firearms convictions. It is important to note the Pink Parrot Bar closed just a few years ago. It was after the deadly stabbing in 2021, and that's because police were called to that bar so many times to break up fights, including the one in February of 2023. That's when things really got out of hand and 8 people were stabbed. The bar's owner told us then he decided to close the Pink Parrot to help curb the violence. Lacey.
Lisa Monahan, thank you. This is the second cold case Oklahoma City police investigators say they solved this week alone. The other one, officers say they arrested Lloyd Brown on Monday for a 2003 stabbing that took the life of Leon Harris. Oklahoma City police say they were able to retest the knife used in the crime, and it matched DNA to Brown, who was serving prison time here in Oklahoma.
6:50 your time right now. Time to take a final look at your Friday morning traffic across the Lucky Star Skycam network. The good news, no major crashes that are going to slow you down on the commute. Look at this beautiful sunrise on the way.
Oh, wow, that sky.
Something nice to look at as you're driving, but of course keep the eyes on the road. Some construction though down near the Will Rogers International Airport that could cause some headaches. It's been a tough zone for a while since that construction began at Southwest 74th. If you do plan on getting on the road a little bit later today, be careful as roadways will likely be wet this evening as rain comes into the metro.
Sunrise is something to celebrate. Also something to celebrate, Thunder guard Nikola Topic makes his NBA debut since being diagnosed with cancer. The crowd went wild. A wonderful moment from Loud City right after this.
On today's Community Spotlight, get up close with 12,000-pound monster trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Monster Jam roaring back into Oklahoma City this weekend. We have a preview at 9 a.m.
I'm just saying that is such a fun event,
Oh,
even if
yeah.
you don't even care about trucks. It's awesome. All right, we are streaming live on our YouTube channel. We've asked you to subscribe and join the live chat. We want to read some of your comments this morning. I love this one from Joshua. He says, "Morning News 9 team. Can I surprise my wife who's watching by getting a happy birthday Rosa on the air?"
Rosa!
Joshua, great idea.
Very good idea.
Oh.
And how about this? Another birthday shout out. Muham says, "Happy birthday to my daughter, Olivia. She's 8 today."
Happy birthday,
Happy
Olivia.
birthday, Olivia.
We got some good birthdays today.
Yeah, Thomas says, "Let it rain."
Let it rain, baby.
To quote Eric Clapton, "Let it rain."
Let it rain. Well,
It's
it's
gonna be
going
good
to.
rain.
It's
Do you guys
gonna.
love sleeping
In the rain? Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Any way you can get sleep on this shift, we love it.
Sleep in general is wonderful.
Boy, a standing ovation for Thunder guard Nikola Topic as he made his NBA debut for the first time since his cancer diagnosis. He started treatment for testicular cancer in October. He debuted with the G League, and now he's back with the Thunder. He played the Bucks last night.
That's
so
awesome.
happy to see him.
This dude's only 20 years old. He's
Yeah.
already been out with an ACL for a whole season. Now cancer diagnosis. We're glad you're back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Glad you were with us. We'll see you back here at 9.